In this video, we're going to talk about form and field configuration, specifically adding fields and subforms to a form. So first, let's find a form that we want to edit. To edit a field on the form, first we need to click on the Fields tab, and then we can click Add Field on the right-hand side. This modal will pop up that gives you a couple of different options. First, you can create an entirely new field, and you'll get to choose what type of field as well as its options. Or you can add an existing field, which will copy an existing field from a different form onto this form. And when a user is updating a record, if they enter a value in this field on the first form, the same value will appear automatically on the copied field in the second form. If you choose this option, you won't be able to choose a field type, and you won't be able to update the field's configuration options. Let's start by looking at creating a new field. So once a new or existing field is selected, we'll have to enter a few different things. First, let's choose a field type. Okay, then it's going to ask us for the display name. This is the name that will display on the form. For example, first name or name of the child. Then we have help text. This help text will appear below the field and provide some guiding language to give the user a frame of reference for the proper answer or how to come to a conclusion based on the information provided. Then we have guidance. This is similar to help text. Guidance is text you display to users to give guidance on how to fill out the form. Generally, guidance is for guiding text which is too long to put into the help text. So users view guidance by clicking the guidance link below a field, at which point a small box will appear containing the configured guidance text. Then we have a box here to require this field or not require the field. If a field has this attribute checked, users will not be able to save a record without filling out that field. And it's important to note that if a field inside a subform is required, users will only be required to fill out the field if they have already added an entry onto that subform. Then we have the box here for enabled. This is set to be checked by default. This attribute determines whether users can update information in a field or whether they can only view that information. If this is checked, users can update information in the field, and if it's not checked, they cannot update the field's information. When you have entered all the information you want in here, then you can click Add and then Save on your form. Let's go back to the different field options and talk a little bit more about separators and subforms. So first, a subform, also referred to as a nested form, is a section of a form where a user can collect the same set of data for multiple occurrences within the same case, incident, or tracing request. This is used throughout Primero to collect information where a case may have multiple follow-up visits, multiple protection concerns, or if you want to monitor change over time, for example, with the outcome scales. Another example of this is when recording a child's living situation in the care arrangements form. A worker may fill out the same care arrangement subform each time the child's current arrangement changes, or if you want to add additional family members. Next, let's look at separator. A separator identifies a new section within a form. For example, on the closure form, a separator marks the address portion of the form to set it apart from the rest of the fields on the page. This is not a subform because you only need to enter the information into it once. It's important to note the functionality to change a field from one type to another type is not supported. In that case, it's necessary to create a new field with a desired type and then hide the field you're replacing. Let's look at how to do this. If you want to hide the field, you can uncheck this box here, which says Show. That will make it hidden on the form. The other option is to uncheck the visibility. That'll make sure the field doesn't show up.